Hello, welcome back to Dragon Quest IV, Chapters of the Chosen. Last time, we unlocked Sorrow and had him join our party. This time, we're gonna go kill the real final boss. So, I mentioned this last episode, I believe, but unfortunate thing about Sorrow, now that you have him, what is there left to do?
Yeah. Okay, so...
Go back to the Fungeon, or you can go kill the final boss. Well, I think maybe the final boss is balanced around you doing additional runs of the Fungeon to level up Sorrow a bit more. But we're just gonna go for him right now.
Okay. And good thing you knew to go to the Diabolic Hall, because I don't know if I remember any hints whatsoever as to where we're supposed to go, so...
I think Sorrow might have mentioned it in the last episode, but...
Was I speaking out loud or to myself? What would you prefer?
To myself.
That's what it was.
Also, just like Sorrow, like, maybe I shouldn't let people know there is a traitor. Because if there is a traitor, that reflects poorly on me. Alright. Look at our stats. We're gonna use Harvest Moon. Free group attack.
Well...
He gets showed up by Kirill, so never mind.
Damn pathetic. Kirill has nothing to add. He's just gonna be very smug. I also appreciate that Rose is just kinda here. Like, yeah, I'm in the party. Like, Sarah's here, I'm not gonna leave. I will not fight whatsoever, but I am present.
Sorrow, what the fuck? You died!
Hey, we killed you too, though.
Yeah, this is the main thing. They don't really explain. Like, Emma doesn't even have like a throwaway line of like, I've even fooled those humans into thinking I died.
Somehow, Amon returned.
Alright, well, we had time for all this new writing. We did not have time for a new design.
I'm colored like Frieza now. Behold.
Oddly fitting for this boss. For it to invoke Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah's using Dragon Slash. That's just gonna do more damage than a regular attack. The actual purpose of Dragon Slash is to do, like, super damage to dragons.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Amon, do you count as a dragon? Please? Look at this guy. He's not even a dragon in Dragon Quest.
I also just wanted to show off the animation.
Mm-hmm.
I said it does more damage. It doesn't do that much more damage. And regular attacks have a chance to crit, so you're better off just doing regular attacks. Other moves that Sorrow has at the moment includes Hatchet Man, which is a low accuracy move that guarantees a crit. So if it hits, it will be a critical. If it doesn't, then it won't.
Alright,
Most
simple
likely
enough.
won't hit. Sorrow also has a smattering of other spells that you saw. Like I mentioned, he's sort of a secondary Sophia. So he has some utility, some healing, some damage. And there's some overlap with Sophia, but they tried to give him different spells
Mm-hmm.
to make it more interesting.
Yeah, he's got unique stuff, which is cool.
Yes, I definitely approve the idea to give him physical abilities, because those did not exist at this point in Dragon Quest. Those wouldn't exist until 5, and not really exist until 6. Okay, we also get to reuse some animation.
Now, is he just going straight into having a full body? Or just partial?
We didn't have to,
Not new head yet. Okay.
and we didn't have to knock off the other head. He didn't start as a Stark.
Yeah. Which is fair enough, because the cool thing about the original final boss is the element of surprise, which, yeah, this guy doesn't really have so far. He might have something new, but... Yeah, if they're gonna abbreviate the parts we already know, then that's fine.
Yeah, very much the epilogue, Chapter 6 of Dragon Quest IV. If I could append a subtitle to it, it would be Cool in Theory.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean-
this actually create. Go ahead.
I mean, in fairness, I've not been able to find a subtitle for Chapter 6, so I guess that's as good as any.
Yeah. So the existence of this epilogue actually creates an interesting problem with Dragon Quest V.
Oh, really?
So 5 is actually a direct sequel to 4, but it takes place like hundreds of years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Your character in 5 is a descendant of your character in 4.
Okay.
And your ancestor is well known for defeating the monsters. Well, it now depends on which version of Dragon Quest IV you played, who they actually killed to defeat the monsters. So the approach that they take is that your ancestor is known for killing a Stark.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to address whether or not they killed Sorrow or Amon.
Yep, makes sense.
Killing
A Stark did die
is
a
still
while
illegal.
ago.
Yeah. Also, later versions of 5 add like a small version of a Stark that you can recruit as a monster, because you can recruit monsters in that game. I think his name is like Little Starker or something.
Just a Stark, but it's his turn to play the Xbox.
Starkers is the name he goes with. Alright, if I send this image to you, I have to put it in the video, so make sure I don't forget to do that, but you need to see this.
Alright, let's see. Oh, look at him! It is
Any
his
games
turn
on
to
your
play the
phone?
Xbox.
See, I picture like a slightly older kids saying things like that. This is just pure, you got any games to play on your phone? I'm bored.
I fool up.
Anyways, yeah, not too much to say about Amon.
He's still spewing fire. Good for you, buddy. That is the winning strategy for a lot of guys.
He just has Sorrow's form, attacks, and better stats.
And he hit his head on the ceiling.
I was going to say, and this actually looks ridiculous because there's a ceiling in this room.
Ow.
Isn't this just so much less impressive the second time?
Yeah.
Also, I'll admit I didn't notice the Frieza thing until you said it, and now I can't unnotice it.
Oh yeah, no, this is just alternate Frieza. If it didn't turn into, you know, the sleek form we all know and love, this would have been Form 4. If he actually
Yeah,
got more
this-
monstrous.
This is Frieza's final form in the universe where he just kind of fucked up.
I can impale 3 Krillins now.
Oh no, you know what it is? Because of the two faces, this is the Frieza Cooler combination that we'll never see because they'll never tolerate each other's presence long enough to do a fusion dance. Also, I like the idea of two characters doing a fusion dance and then making a character that looks nothing like either of them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Kirill died.
Yeah.
Good thing we know Zing. So, yeah, I might be slightly underleveled for this point.
A little bit.
You can get by with a little bit of luck and some decent strategizing. But you may have noticed, I was able to bring the wagon in here, but I'm not swapping my characters out as much.
Just don't feel like it.
Yeah, it might have made this fight easier if I was making better use of my party members. Wait, no, I couldn't bring the wagon in this fight. What the hell am I talking about? That's how they
Okay.
make this fight harder, too. You have to pick a party and then bring them. Which is another reason I don't like this fight as much, because part of the fun of Sorrow is frantically swapping your characters out to make sure you have the skills and abilities, the spells and abilities that you need when you need them.
Mm-hmm. This is just, alright, who are your mains? Hopefully one Sorrow, otherwise this whole thing's kinda weird. That you saved him in the first place.
Admittedly, there are ways to get stronger equipment for Sorrow that I could have done, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see that in the next video.
Huh, okay. That's certainly an interesting choice. Yeah, he just used Kaboom, like... there's so many better things he could do.
Yeah, he does have an attack that just does 200 damage to Sorrow, so if he just did that twice, he could kill any member of my party.
Still going with Kaboom, though.
Yeah, that sets Kirill up to multi-heal the damage away. Or hell, even Maya can Sage Stone it. Alright, surprise, he had
Okay,
one
here
more
we go. Wow, that's, less impressive, I gotta say. I figured, like, okay, maybe they'll do a surprise, but just changing color is kinda lame.
This is my Frieza OC, do not steal.
Yeah, like, chopping off final boss pieces and then him reforming into something completely different is pretty rad. So yeah, this is a... Uh-oh, oh no!
Yes, we don't have access to Insuladal.
And I don't think we've ever seen a version of the spell like that, or move like that. It's not
Yeah,
a
I'm
spell.
not sure if we've seen the cold breath yet. Thankfully, Sophia has Omni Heal. Omni Heal is just a full heal that targets the whole party. I think it takes about like 20 MP, so you can't use it very often.
But it's a good panic button.
I was banking on Kirill going after Sorrow there.
Okay, well, I don't think we've really buffed ourselves that much, so...
We have
Oh,
been
no, the
throwing
Kirill's
down
done thing.
Kabuff like manically. Yeah, we don't have access to oomph. So the main thing that we would boost, besides defense... Yeah, that's 156 damage after a Kabuff.
Okay, I guess that is significant. I just saw the cold breath and I'm like, well... The lack of Insuladal is clearly, clearly a huge issue. Ah, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Well, that's
fuck.
bad.
Fuck! Good thing I put a Yggdrasil leaf on Sorrow. Oh god.
Okay, well then.
How? Did I pull through this, or did I forget to cut out a load stage?
Carol, soul back in body now.
Alright, we'll see how this goes, I guess. Ah, fuck. Yeah, this is the problem whenever you lose a character. It's just really goddamn hard to come back from, and any time you spend coming back from it is time you're not spending attacking.
Yep.
And every single fight in this game is a battle of attrition. But now everybody's back up, we're back at full health. You'd never know that we were down 3 party members at one point.
Alright, now he just needs to not do any of that shit again, and we're good.
Okay,
God,
remember,
every time.
Maya was at full health.
Every time he uses that move, I just think, come on and slam. Every time.
I'm just thinking, now I am on slams, and I can't think of a follow-up line.
And now your body's jam.
The refrain of "Hey you, what you gonna do" does feel appropriate though.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm trying to conserve Omni heals by doubling up on multi-healing stage stones. Fuck!
On second thought, Omni heal. Unless this kills him, nah.
Yeah, Wait, why am I multi? Loka! Pass Loka, no! It's not gonna work! I guess I'm banking on him not using that cold breath twice in a row.
Well, he didn't.
We're slowly making progress.
And Kirill's got 33 MP left.
So we may have discussed this in the last episode. But how do you feel about this epilogue chapter, storytelling-wise?
Oh, goddamn. I mean, I like the bit with Sorrow and Rose, but otherwise it's just like, things just kind of happen.
Yeah, that's always a problem with Dragon Quest, I would say, at least up until 7. They're very economical with their storytelling, so things tend to move pretty quickly and just kind of happen.
Yeah, I don't mind it in most of the game, because, like, okay, a lot of the game is you know, supposed to be this grand adventure where you are supposed to be kind of exploring the world at your leisure and just, like, trying to figure out where things are and what you're supposed to do to progress, but yeah, this has pretty much just been, alright, now you're back in the overworld, figure out that the dungeon's there, go there, fight a couple of weirdos, and that's what leads you to getting Sorrow and Rose on your side.
Yeah.
Now go beat Amon.
So how do you feel about the fact that in this version of events, we revive Rosa and don't kill Sorrow?
I'm fine with that. I like that.
Yeah. I could see a version of this story where we don't revive Rosa, and I still like it. I forget if I went into this explicitly in earlier episodes, but the game as it originally existed had a character who realized that his minority group was not being treated fairly, sought to change that, and then was fucking killed. And the game presents it as tragic. You know, you'd like to avoid killing him, but you still kill him, and it's still presented as ultimately the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I do kind of prefer this version of the story where, like, what Sorrow... Like, the sheer amount of violence that Sorrow has inflicted is not presented as right, but allowing him to live is presented as right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is that good?
I mean, we live.
What?
Wait, what? Why are you praying?
Okay, so what he just did is a move called Magic Burst. It's from Dragon Quest VI. It drains all of your MP and then does damage proportional to how much MP you have left. Thank fucking
So if you'd
God.
done that immediately, we'd been boned.
Yeah, so that's... I don't like that he can recover MP. That's stupid. He should have to live with the consequences of his decisions.
I'm the master of monster kind. Lennox. Wait, no, that's wrong. You're really getting a zoom in on them. Alright, go back to Zenithia now.
Yeah, I'm like right here, man.
I cannot go to heaven. They would hate me there. Bye. We don't even get to see this on screen, huh?
Nope. All right. Well, how did you like the how did you like the ending cutscene the first time we saw it?
It's fine. It's fine.
'Cause now it's gonna play again, exactly the same, no changes.
We don't even get, like, Sorrow when we go back to the... Well, he probably wouldn't want to be around the village. Yeah, that'd be a little awkward.
We'll see if there's any Sorrow in here, but this part at least plays exactly the same.
Alright. Yeah, this does definitely feel like... Alright, we got the rest of the game. We want to add this 6th chapter. We got budget to make sprites of later game enemies for this dungeon, I guess. I mean, we can match them to this game style. Story?
So, the idea that this was the original intended, like, shape of the story, like, it wouldn't play out exactly this way, but the idea that originally you were supposed to team up with Sorrow to take down Amon, I kind of believe that, because I feel like you wouldn't write this chapter the way that they did unless that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, we had a plan, then we had to do something else, and then now we can go back to the original plan. But it doesn't make sense to go back to the original plan, so it's a little different and weird.
No, we're not gonna let you leave.
Yeah, we gotta
Please
walk.
do not bypass us.
We gotta go the long way around. So I feel like sometimes people are too attached to the idea of darkness being the end-all be-all measurement by which you would measure a story's worth. And so they look at this
yeah.
ending where Sara and Rosa don't die, and they compare it to the original ending where they both die, and like, well, the original ending is darker and therefore better. But like I've said, the tone is a little confusing in the original game. The message kind of gets
Yes.
lost in the actions of what you actually do. So the fact that you're able to come to an agreement with Sara and Rosa on some things, like, you still end this by killing a monster and stopping the threat of the monsters. But you're not killing the one that just wanted a better life for his people, you're killing the one that wanted to conquer the earth.
Yeah. I think a lot of that stems from kind of the assumption that if you're only doing happy stories, that's just, like, too easy, right? Like, this idea that there aren't complications for a story that would end like that. Especially if it involves bringing people back from the dead, which, you know, in some storylines, sure, not leaving people dead does kind of take the wind out of it, but, like, it's Dragon Quest. The tone is you can just bring people back with a spell called Zing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Very...
yeah, I don't think death is the biggest consequence ever, and that's fine in this context.
Yeah, God, you're just giving me flashbacks to people complaining about, like, death in Final Fantasy. You don't even die in fights in Final Fantasy. You're always just knocked out, but people still act like, oh, a Phoenix Down can bring you back from the dead, but not now? No. Phoenix Downs never do that. They wake you up when you're passed out. That's completely different. Shut up.
Yeah,
But in
like...
Dragon Quest, you do have the actual problem where, like, we have specific rules about death. You can be revived from death as long as your body is intact.
Mm-hmm.
And that works well enough. Some Dragon Quests have a lot of character death in them, and they always make sure to take the time to completely destroy the body to explain why the church can't revive them if they want them to stay dead.
Which, in a way, is even more fucked up.
Yeah. But in this game, they introduce, like, well, even if the body is destroyed, we still have the Yggdrasil flower.
Yeah, you can't use it often, but it exists.
You get one every 1,000 or so years, so don't plan on it.
Oh, there they are.
Yep.
Hey, guys. Cool to see ya.
I do
Anyway,
kind of wish
bye.
they were on top of the tower. Maybe look more dramatic that way.
We could have high-fived.
We'd have to high-five Rosa. Sorrow does not high-five.
He respectfully nods.
I don't think he'd do that either. He does have kind of a rough, blunt
When
way
you're
of
not
speaking. I feel like he would just flip us off. I've lost track of who we've dropped off and who we haven't. I think we still have Elena.
No, she was sleeping on her bed.
Right. Is it just us then?
Okay, we're going this way. Maybe we still have Mina and Mai to do? I think so, right?
I thought we went to their village, but I might be wrong. We must have gone to a different village with that sprite.
Hey, Dad, we had an item that could have been brought people back from the dead, but,
Didn't use it on you.
sorry, Sarah takes precedent. Or Rosa, rather. We had to bring back Rosa to get Sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
In that way, we kind of saved 2 lives, if you think about it.
Yeah, if the anime adaptation, that would never happen for this. I feel like they would have to have a scene, or maybe a whole episode, where, like, Maya and Mina have to come to grips with the fact that the best thing to do would not be revive their dad. If they revive Rosa, they can prevent, like, greater tragedy by talking down Sorrow, but if they revive their dad, that won't happen.
Yeah, and, like... No offense to him or them, but like, what would he do at that point? Like, he was the one behind the Secret of Evolution, but who's to say he knows how to stop what's going on with Mon?
We
or
are
Sara
far
at this
beyond.
point?
They've already used the Secret of Evolution. Knowing
Yeah.
stuff about that's not going to help.
We don't know if he discovered an off button for it at any point.
Also, I will point out, this game did always end with a character being brought back to life completely inexplicably.
Yeah, like this one makes even less sense.
The best explanation you can come up with is that the Dragon God did this.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I do like the image of Sophia returning to her destroyed home and then, like, throwing her armor and weapons down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sara's not even here in this scene.
Just cuts to one last CG. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
That's right, we got married in the interim. Alright, so that is Dragon Quest IV, Chapters of the Chosen, the official version of Dragon Quest since the PlayStation. Well, the official version of Dragon Quest IV since the PlayStation. Now that it's actually finished, how do you feel about this game?
Still pretty good. Yeah, the main issue is oftentimes Square Enix's bonus dungeons for the Game Boy Advance and DS period did feel tacked on, which is never the best feeling, but also trying to work story into that didn't work out the best. There's definitely, like, room for more for Chapter 6. Would have been nice if they added just a few more scenes. Doesn't have to be a lot, but yeah, it really does just feel like, okay, save Rose. Kill him on. There you go.
The only pacing
But
thing...
I think, still as a whole, it's still a very solid game.
Yeah, the only pacing thing I would definitely change is just put the Fungent after getting Sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you have something to do with him before you fight the final boss. And you can get used to his character and how he fights. And yeah, as I mentioned in the first episode of this Let's Play, this is a game that has an anti-racism message. Now that we're done, do you believe me?
Yeah? It's sort of there.
They tried.
It is probably as much as they could fit into an NES game, now translated into a DS game, without, much added to the original.
Yeah. I've seen worse. They don't handle it the best. There are some holes that I could poke through, and I did poke through earlier in this episode. But ultimately, I think their hearts are in the right place, even if they botched, especially the original version, botched it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, before we get too far away from it, I will remind you, this was not a bonus dungeon made during Square Enix's DS period. This was made during Enix's PlayStation period.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. It's not that far from the merged companies in that general period I mentioned.
Yeah. I always forget, Square Enix didn't happen until the PlayStation 2 era, right?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Was Final Fantasy X Square or Square Enix?
I want to say that was Square Enix. I think 9 was the last one where they were Squaresoft?
But I feel like 10 was announced around the same time as 9. Or like was announced when 9 was released. It's not super important. Just know that now that I've
Oh wait, no, Squaresoft. Yep, right on the cover.
yeah, that's what I thought.
So yeah, that would have been the last one.
I feel like even like Kingdom Hearts was Squaresoft. anyways, now that I have done Let's Plays of 2 Dragon Quest games, I'm now no longer an Enix hater. However, I still feel that the two companies were making better stuff and they were separate.
Mm-hmm.
Although there is good Square Enix stuff. I've finally played Final Fantasy VII, which means I finally played the remake, and yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, I feel even if they were still separate, they probably wouldn't have as much capacity to do weird experimental stuff anymore, because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But that's more of the environment of today, but yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that.
Yep, I don't want it right now.
Yeah, immediately after I point out that the developers of this game might not have been fully equipped to tackle the subject of racism. Let's not tackle the subject of capitalism.
Mm-hmm. It's not that I can't, I just don't want to. We do it all the time. I want a break.
Now, Dragon Quest IV is finally actually at an end. All that's left is one more bonus video to show off everything that I didn't get a chance to show off in this video.
Oh, not Sophia 2325.
So you'll see you for the bonus content next week.